there a second. Go over there. Stay there a second. Do you have 4 saved?
Yes. Look at that.
So we start with the grants, right? So
Yep.
up here maybe?
Yes.
You're gonna do a speech first, so maybe I'll wait till you do the speech.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Hernando Rojas, Director of the School of Journalism and Mass Communication. And on behalf of the school, I wanted to welcome you to our 2022 graduation ceremony. I want to welcome the students, the faculty, the staff, but most importantly, the families and friends without which we wouldn't be here today. We're going to celebrate a lot of accomplishments today, the dedication, the enthusiasm, the hard work that brought you here, and that will continue to guide you. Usually in events like this, people talk about all the great things that you're going to do in the future, and I'm not going to talk about that, although I'm convinced that you're going to do great things in the future. Instead, I want to briefly lay out 3 challenges that I think await you as communicators and as citizens. The first challenge has to do with democracy. The 21st century brought with it political polarization, populism, authoritarianism, war. And while these are not new phenomena, the communication context in which they happen is radically different. Today, collective problem solving and governance are fraught with divisions at the local, national, and global scale. How do we solve collective problems when we don't trust others, or when we think that those with different ideas or views are unintelligent or evil? So this is your first challenge. What will you do to enrich democratic practices around you? A second challenge has to do with growth. We live in a world that grows in population, in wealth, in consumption, yet it becomes increasingly unequal. Unequal in resources, unequal in opportunities. In your professions, you will be telling stories about the world that will help the rest of us make sense of our lives. So your second challenge is, what will you do to reduce inequality and sustain growth? And finally, growth impinges upon us a third challenge. How do we balance human population, human desire, and the planet's environmental capacity? So your third challenge has to do with how, through these stories you tell, will you improve the planet? These are all big challenges, but I trust that the learning you receive from your parents, your personal development in ethics, and the education you received with us here at SJMC have you prepared to rise to these challenges. So without further ado, let's start our ceremony today with those graduate students receiving a Research MA degree from SJMC. Quick reminder, we have a professional photographer, and so you don't have to jump in and try to take a picture. We're going to take great pictures. We're going to post them so you'll be able to download them. And there's going to be a lot of picture opportunities towards the end of the ceremony. So as I was saying, we're going to start with a Research MA, so a Research Master's, and I will start with Rosie Nguyen and her advisor, Karen Riddle. And thank you. People can walk out this way, and then you'll get a wonderful pin over there on this side. Jillian Paget and Katie Culver. Okay. Sorry, Katie. Now I'll start with graduate student receiving a PhD degree from the school, and advisors will actually formally hood their students. On your way out, Lisa will give you the school's pin. So I'm going to start with advisor Lindsay Palmer and 2 of her students, Kiran Bhatia and Helen Cho. Hooding is always complicated. After many years, you still can't figure it out really how it's done, but see you, Helen. Brandon Storley and his advisor, Doug McLeod.
Those two.
Thank you. Anyung Myung and her advisor, Karen Riddle. Yidong Wang and advisor Sue Robinson. Janning Lee, S.K. Tay, and Mike Wagner, the advisor. Ornella Hills, Ellie Yang, and virtually Stel Ranran Su, the advisor Daman Shah. And finally, Soyun Kim, Hyujin Gil, Margarita Orozco, and Kwanzik Moon. And in this case, I am the advisor. Thank you. For family members, all of our grad students have been TAs, and so they've had a considerable impact on the education of our students. It's time now for our commencement address. Today we have the fortune of having Elsa M., an award-winning journalist, TV host, radio host, and podcaster producer. She's the host of Midday Maryland, a daily lifestyle show on ABC in Baltimore. She has won numerous awards throughout her professional career, including our own award, the Ralph O. Nafziger Award for Achievement within 10 years of graduation. So I want to welcome you to the stage, Elsa.
Distinguished graduates, family, friends, administrators, professors, and staff, it is my most sincere and humble honor to be able to speak with you today. Almost 19 years from the day that I graduated from the journalism school here at UW. Just like then, the energy in this room is palpable, and I am so genuinely happy for all of you and really, really proud to be here. It feels good to be home in Wisconsin. I grew up not far from here in Milwaukee. Any Milwaukeeans? Okay, there you go. I went to high school in Whitefish Bay before arriving as a bright-eyed 18-year-old freshman to Madison. My father made Wisconsin home when he was roughly the same age, an immigrant from Ethiopia, and my mother did as well, a transplant from Alabama. Even with their brilliance and tenacity, I can tell you, I never thought that I would be here on this stage addressing all of you amazing journalism and mass communication graduates. It just was not in the cards. Why? Well, because if I'm being honest, I was going to be an orthodontist. That's right, this award-winning TV smile was only made possible through a miracle because my teeth were jacked up. In fact, shouts out to Dr. Seabank in Germantown, Wisconsin, wherever he is now, because I remember thinking that if he could wrangle these chompers into submission, I wanted to be just like him and help other people because that was no easy feat. But alas, I started taking a bunch of science classes my freshman year, and I quickly realized that my calling wasn't in fixing other people's mouths, but rather using my voice. I loved to write. Poetry, prose, nonfiction, fiction. I would do it just for fun, and then it occurred to me that maybe, just maybe, I could make a living doing it. So I applied to the journalism school, got accepted, and found my home just like all of you did. I entered the J School thinking that I was going to go into magazine writing, but when two of my professors, who will not be named, said something to the effect of, "You talk a lot and you're not afraid of a camera," they said this within the same week, mind you, I was set on a different trajectory and I went into TV news. I landed my first job a month before graduation. I packed my bags and moved outside of Wisconsin for the very first time ever to the Finger Lakes area in upstate New York, working as a bureau reporter and anchor for a station in Rochester. Geneva, New York was about 14,000 people and my very first time living in a small rural area. It was beautiful, but it was lonely. And in many ways, that first year after school felt like being a freshman again as I was trying to find my footing. But about a year later, I got a promotion, and my bureau days as a MMJ, or a one-man band reporter, as we used to call them, when you have to shoot and edit all of your own video, those days were behind me, and I moved to Rochester, just as cold as here, although not today. I don't know what's going on with this weather, but more snow than Wisconsin, if you can believe it. And I worked there for a couple of years, while at the same time guest hosting a popular morning radio show. And then eventually I found myself in Louisville, Kentucky for another reporter job. And while I loved and still love the Derby, Louisville was not the right fit for me. I should have been happy when my boss at the time presented me with a 3-year-long contract extension, but I wasn't. I had to go. I knew this vocation would mean bouncing around the nation for jobs as I worked my way up, but I didn't think about how I would feel doing it. I did after that, though. I recalled how even before my move, when my agent told me that I should go to Louisville, that everything in my body said no, but I went anyway. Strangely enough, it was then that Rochester came calling again, this time with an opportunity to host that radio show full-time and work as a reporter anchor at the #1 TV station in the market simultaneously. This time, my gut said yes, even though logically it made no sense to go back to your old market. That move felt right, so I just trusted it. I remember that feeling, that knowing, years later, when it was time to leave news altogether, move to DC, and work outside of the business. I also made time to co-create a podcast and streaming web show, which kept my hosting skills sharp, but not because I was getting paid to do it. I absolutely was not. I just loved it. Nothing could have stopped me. Now, I know all of that sounds like a hodgepodge, but let me tell you why I walked you through all of that meandering. It's because I see now, in retrospect, that none of it was meandering. Redirection comes to make sense when it's led by your gut and not your brain. You can reason yourself into anything, even a bad situation that appears to be good. Nobody knows you more than you. You know what you want, even if you're afraid to say it out loud. You're not obligated to share it, but you are obligated to live your truth and go for it lest you regret it. And contrary to what I thought at your age, it is not all downhill and boring after 40. I am living proof, okay? I'm about to start actually fencing for beginners, and nobody saw that coming, not even me. It is only downhill when you stop getting excited about things, stop expanding, stop learning, stop challenging yourself, and stop listening to your intuition. A few years back, I held my grandfather's hand as he took his final breaths and passed away. And just last week, I held my only sister's hand in her home as her first child began his entrance into this world. The miracle of life is a beautiful thing. Delivery, not so much. I mean, I have a child of my own. I think I'm still a little bit traumatized from what I saw 6 days ago, but I remember thinking that as I was holding my nephew for the very first time, just how amazing life is, how many experiences we can have, how many moments we get to share that are so meaningful and so impactful, how much connection we can build. As human beings, there's so much that we are gifted daily, but as journalists, not only are we gifted these experiences, we get the amazing job of documenting them, sharing them, and telling people's stories. And as we do so, it is not enough to just tell both sides of the story. You have to practice discernment as you decide what to cover, how to cover it, and whom to speak with. Not doing so is reckless and why the flawed and dangerous echo chambers we see in media today exist. Both facts and feelings need context to paint a picture, lay a landscape for people to take in, and then proceed. Journalism comes with responsibility. I always knew that, but it's also why I wilded out a little bit when I started hosting my own radio show. It was a morning drive on WDKX in Rochester, New York, and I had the opportunity to take off my TV anchor hat and show a little bit more of my personality. The only problem with this was that I was young and I think I thought I was Wendy Williams or something because I was coming for everybody. Celebrity gossip was my favorite and my gloves were really off. I judged everybody for everything and said it on a hot mic. Not all the time, but enough times. And I laugh now, but sometimes I'm a little bit mortified. But mostly when I look back, I'm mostly just proud of how far I've come. I've come in understanding, how far I've come in compassion, and how far I've come in trying to empathize, even when I have no point of reference for someone else's life experiences. It's that growth that allows me to comfortably admit what a knucklehead I was at times. But nowadays, no one can admit when they're wrong, it seems. It's like the embarrassment of being wrong is actually worse than being wrong. No one's allowed to grow or change. If you said something last year that was true for you and you evolve, it's like you're waiting for someone to call you out as being duplicitous or a hypocrite. We are living in an era in which dialogue and debate are often wrongly categorized and maligned. Everyone thinks that they're right when no one has the answers. People seek to hear what they want to hear instead of what is true or what may challenge their perspectives. Not only is that dangerous for our society, it's become dangerous for us as journalists. As journalists, it is hard to cut through the noise sometimes, especially when it is so loud. But our job never changes. It's still to tell an unbiased truth rooted in fact, data, and research, but most of all, rooted in humanity. We are the world's storytellers, and that job has become so much more difficult in today's climate. In the last several years, I've had journalist friends attacked in the field, receive hate mail, and even demeaned on the job. While all of that is unacceptable and never should have happened, I've also seen those same journalists never stray from their commitment to journalism, even if that meant leaving traditional newsrooms and starting their own ventures. You are graduating at a time that I honestly quite envy. The fact that you can create your own platforms and content create with ease, no 70-pound cameras and 50-pound light kits, y'all got it made. That is amazing. But not only that, I just feel like you guys get it a little bit more than we did. We all lived through a global pandemic, but only you spent half of your college years in it. There's a perspective that you have when you understand what actually matters. It's not all about accomplishments, but what you feel doing the work. It's not all about the work if the work does not affect change. It's not all about the interview if nothing new or enlightening was said. And it's not about pushing ourselves if we get to the point of mental exhaustion and depletion. I did not know not to do that, and so I walked right up to the line. After 9 years of reporting and anchoring, I could not cover another fire, another murder, or another mass casualty. I remember promising myself that I would never return to a TV station again unless it was doing exactly what I wanted to do, which for me was hosting something lighter that highlighted the good only. And I held true to that, even when it looked like nothing else was going to come up. And even when I got started in an entirely different career, I held true, and 7 years later, I landed my own show in a market larger than I had ever been in before. Every single time that I've held true to what I really wanted and been patient, the universe has orchestrated it to happen in the grandest of fashions. Every time I have settled for just shy of what I wanted because it made logical sense, that nagging feeling of this could be way better would eventually overtake me, not right away, but gradually and undeniably. I could have saved myself a lot of time and angst if I had just listened to my gut and not other people, even well-meaning family members and colleagues. Hear them, take what they say into consideration, but weigh the facts and give your feelings equal weight. Because the road ahead for you guys, it is going to wind in all sorts of ways. Sometimes you're going to feel like you're exactly where you need to be, and other times you won't know how the heck you got there. In those moments, make sure you pause and realize that even if you're lost, you are not. Before I left news, after I left news, rather, I became the deputy press secretary for the One Campaign, an international nonprofit based in DC and founded by U2's Bono. I left that position to help launch Yelp in the Baltimore area, spearheading their marketing and community. This is before their IPO, so they were just getting started and many people did not know what the heck I was doing. I don't think I knew what the heck I was doing, but it felt right, and so I just did it. But after 6 years there, I knew there was something more for me. I just didn't know what. I had always wanted to be a TV host, and I had freelanced during that time, but no full-time opportunities were coming up. Lo and behold, my current station, WMAR2 News in Baltimore, Maryland, was looking for a host for a new lifestyle TV show that they were launching. I applied with my very dated 7-year-old reel, crossed my fingers, and landed the gig. Of course, they had other applicants who had not taken a hiatus from TV, but the thing that set me apart, surprisingly, was the fact that my TV career was bolstered by working outside of the business. I knew the community and business owners in a different way, a way that they needed. What I thought was a detour off of my path actually ended up being one of the factors that propelled me further along that path than I even thought. When you feel off track, just remember, you cannot connect the dots until you are further ahead. You don't even know where you're going yet. You think you do, but you don't know. None of us do. We have these beautiful plans and ideas, and we should, but let's enjoy the journey because on our way, we might find something else that we love. You might find something else that catapults you further than that dream gig that you thought was just the tops. Take a moment now and close your eyes, please. All of you. Thank you. Visualize yourself in an observatory, and you've got the best telescope in the world. Now, take a look up into that night sky and imagine each star being your key life experiences. College, your first internships, that one colleague who becomes a close friend, your favorite professors who will never get rid of you. Sorry, Professors Culver and Friedman. Your summer job, totally unrelated to your major, your first love. They are all beautiful stars on their own. Maybe not that summer job, depending on what it was, but most of them. Now, pull back on that telescope just a little bit. What do you see? A constellation. Not Cassiopeia and not the Big Dipper, but a new one. One new to you, but one so big and so bold and so beautiful that everyone can clearly see it. Open your eyes. We are all and intra-connected. As I close, I need to tell you that the road ahead is not going to be easy, but honestly, you already know that. Your college road had a bunch of potholes in it, and you still got here today. You are still smiling with all of your family and friends. You got here by sheer determination, work, and belief in yourself. And it will take all of that and more as you move forward. I know how the University of Wisconsin-Madison prepared me, and that's why I have no doubt that you will flourish when you leave here today. My hope for you is that you remember that every detour is still a part of the journey and that it might not be a detour after all. My hope for you is that you take risks, even if you're risk averse like myself. My hope for you is that you're not so rigid in thinking that you have the answers, because you will evolve and you will change your perspective, even if the core of who you are remains the same. And my hope for you as journalists is that you lead with your heart and your head, follow your gut through any and all transitions, use your voice to amplify the voices of others, and truly follow your passion, even if that passion changes completely or just changes form. If I hadn't, I would be giving this speech to the dental school right now, but lucky for us, that is not the case. Congratulations to the class of 2022. You are all stars, and I cannot wait to see what constellations that you create. Thank you.
Thank you, Elsa. And now it's time for our undergraduates to become graduates. I welcome on stage our faculty, our Journalism 202 faculty. This is one of our initial and central courses in the curriculum. Katie Culber, Stacy Forster, and Lucas Graves, who will do the honors. So the way this is going to work, and Rowan is already there starting it, you will pass your cards to them. They will read out your name. You will come out to the center here. We'll take a picture from the back.
We're just wondering who's Gladys Knight and who are the Pips. Like a singing group up here.
For everyone's sake, I won't sing.
Won't sing. Whoever you want to give it to. Okay, great. Caitlin Gertz.
Anna Aversa.
Maya Fajukic. Okay, let's drop the beat. Lily Freemeyer. Joseph States. Lauren Azu. Jerome Barnett. Whoever you want.
Shannon Rachel.
Deepshika Singh.
Alexa Shavitz.
Julia Hafter.
Abigail Richmond. Law school? Oh. Well. Alyssa Feldman. Amuna Sala. Rebecca McGee.
Carissa Schumacher.
Gabrielle Groenwald.
Emily Fleming.
Emma Gran.
Allison Amont. Alexander Svalina.
Luke Halverson.
Isabel Byrne.
Allie Sprink.
Juliana Zuckerman.
Nicholas Amarana. I'm sorry, Amarana. Kyler Verkylen.
Olivia Hermson. Megan Lane. Martha Daniels. Zoe Klein. This one. Emily Kneppel. Philip Klinker. Sophie Bajan. Emily Hikes. Kira Carson. Sophie Brill. Jamie Ziegelheim. Megan Erickson. Congratulations. Eden Rose Breslow. Caroline Cole.
Alex Shaw.
Greta Frontero.
Zachary Cherney.
Jonah Rubnitz. Morgan Lukrich. Victoria Dombeck. Drew Koken. Kelsey Tihan. Tia Martin. This time. Abby Buchholz. Margarita Vinogradov. Madison Duvall. That one I got. Abigail Schinderly. Elise Urbach. Austin Urbach. Brandon Landsberg. Gunnar Schmitz. Jack Snedgar. Morgan Dooley. Isabel Bavis. Isabel Steer. Madeline Krebs. Kaylee Burnett.
Gracie Lund.
Claire Henneman.
Catherine Van Dyke. Minnie Cooper. Caroline Brown. Sabine Hansen. Your name all these years. Grace Hodek. Samantha Telson. Chloe Grace Landsberg. Jacob Leskovar. Ella Sabin. Emma Axelrod. Julia Zymans. Mallory Pilone. Lauren Lesla. Megan Lipke.
Chani Corpus. Emily Limbach. Jessica Gregory. Kaylin Schultz. Rachel Dubiak. Gabe Fishman. Marley Vogel.
Meredith Opie.
Beatrice Lawrence.
Yujuan Mao.
Yufan Liu.
Melissa Klauk.
Melissa Grzinski.
Grace Locke. Nicholas Dotson. Lindsay Cardell. John Early. Gavin Durkach.
Owen Schultz.
Charlotte Lehman. Erica Dick. Isabella Cohen. Ashley Carl. Nicole Glassman. Aaliyah Levin. Anna Feldman. Tamia Folks. Rebecca Perla. Keegan Schlosser. Kimberly Leadholm. Gabby Vinnick. Addison Lathers. Grace Hodgman. Morgan Locke.
Callie Anderson. Joseph Rickles. Riley Sumner.
Nicholas Rawling.
Nicole Rolane.
Olivia Fulton. Zhang Junan. Ying Yang. Yiting Duan. Anna Spalding. Ben Baker. Sunchana Pavlik. Zemo Yu. Owen Schmidtman. Ryan Wallersheim. I know it is. I know exactly what it is.
Sam Kukta.
He's going to be so happy you have that. Michael Gillow. And the Milwaukee Bucks championship trophy.
Go Bucks.
Aaron Yellen.
Thank you, that was awesome. Before leaving today, I want to thank the staff here at the school who helped put this event together. Ashley, Rowan, everyone in the front office, they're just fantastic. Of course, our speaker, Elsa M. I want to thank all the faculty and staff that have been instrumental to your progress here. And I want to thank your families and your friends for their support, for their guidance over all these years. To our graduating class, we celebrate you. You celebrate, you've earned it. We hope to hear back from you regularly. Visit us, send us a tweet, Instagram us, keep us posted on whatever it is that you're doing and how you're changing the world. Quick reminder, you can continue celebrating. There's gonna be a lot of photo opportunities available, including alumni frames, the NBA championship trophy, courtesy of Arvind Gopalratnam, VP of Corporate Social Responsibility of the Milwaukee Bucks, so you can take a picture with the trophy. But before you start taking pictures, I wanted to ask you to sing Varsity one more time together. Let me find the top.
Thank you